This is a smooth operator. I know what you're thinking. Takes one to know one. Well, I'd argue if I could. But seriously, this new operator model from Springfield Armory really scratches an itch. It's always a treat to shoot a 45 ACP 1911, but it's an extra pleasure when it's one that's built like this operator's built. Now, before I get started talking to you about all the details, you should know what's what. This video is not sponsored by anybody, and I'm not being paid to make it. But Springfield did send out this pre-released copy of the gun so that I could do this review and have it ready for you when the gun is announced, just so you know. Okay, first shots through the Springfield Armory's new operator, 1911. I'm shooting Federal Black Pack 45 ACP ammo, 230 grain ball. And if you guys are reloaders, like I'm a reloader, then you'll appreciate that I don't really like this ammo because it uses a small primer. You know what I'm talking about. So I'll have to make sure I don't mix this brass with any of the good real brass. But now let's get to it. Very first shots with the operator. Great sights. Front sight is a night sight with tritium. The rear sight appears to be a regular 2-dot without night sights. No tritium in the rear. This is a pre-release sample of the operator. I'm not going to say pre-production because I don't believe it's pre-production. I believe it's just pre-release. So as I'm here today filming this, this gun does not exist on the market. So I don't have a lot of information yet from Springfield Armory as far as the statistics and the specifications and things like that. So forgive me if I say anything that's incorrect. And if I say anything incorrect, then learn, you know, while I'm editing the video about that, I'll make the correction on screen or whatever as appropriate. That preface was so that I could say that it came to me with 2 Cobra magazines, and they are both 8-round magazines. Back to it. The grip feels nice. I like the texture on the back. The side panels feel great. That G10. And I am not at all minding that smooth front strap. Because my hands aren't going anywhere and the gun's not moving around at all while I'm shooting it. So it's working for me really nice. All right, the gun came with 2 mech guards, but I had one of my own, so I added that to the mix. So this is the 3rd magazine. Ambidextrous safety. It has a short guide rod, GI spec guide rod. I measured the trigger right at 5 pounds. I recently told you about the Garrison model, which is a great quality entry-level 1911. The operator takes it up a notch or 2, but still is well priced for a gun of this class. Let me explain why I have that opinion. First, the basic specs. The finish is a black Cerakote over forged carbon steel. When I first got the gun, I was admiring the finish, and I knew there was something more going on here than just bluing or nitriding or something. Sometimes a Cerakote finish can be over-applied and kind of smooth over some of the nicer details, and I've even seen them blob up on some of the cheaper guns. This coating has been very well applied. The details, like those in the front serrations, are really terrific, no matter how close you look. The barrel is a standard 5-inch made of forged stainless steel, and it's match grade with a 1 in 16 twist. It has the old GI style guide rod, the short type. The grips are G10 and have a very interesting look. Viewed at certain angles, they almost look like the fossilized remains of some prehistoric sea creature. What I do know is that they provided very nice traction on the pistol. The operator comes with two 8-round magazines. The ones supplied with my sample were made by Mekgar, and they have a nice padded base plate. The operator weighs in at 42 ounces. Overall length is 8.6 inches, and it stands 5¼ inches tall. Some extra features make it truly practical, like the ambidextrous safety, tritium front night sight, and tactical rear sight, and the important 1913 Picatinny rail on the dust cover, which makes a good home for my streamlight. I really like the textures and patterns that adorn this gun. I'm a visual person anyway, but the closer I looked at this gun while I was doing the photography of it, the more I liked what I saw. I measured the trigger pull right at 5 pounds. It's adjustable for over travel, and it feels crisp and smooth. And both the trigger and the hammer are skeletonized. MSRP is $10.99, just a hair under $1,100, and as I said before, I think that's a nice price for a 1911 in this category. Even in my questionable hands, the gun shot really well at steel and paper ranging from 12 to 16 yards. It was making great hits, even with my first shots. The sights were right on the money. Okay, just for fun and for your information, I'm going to try several different kinds of magazines today. That's a partially self-serving thing too, because then I've got a lot more magazines full. This is a Cobra Mag, so I'm going with an 8-round Cobra Mag right now. We'll see how this one does. And I'm going to expand my, my challenges on the target array downrange. These targets, by the way, provided to the channel by TA Targets. They are amazing. There we go. So no problem with the Cobra Mag. Give a thumbs up for that one. Next, going to Dan Wesson Magazine. I don't think I've ever had any problems with this mag in any gun. Let's see how it does in this one. I'm hitting it, you know that. You see that I'm hitting it. There we go. Now that was a miss. That was the first miss, actually. There we go. All right, Dan Wesson Mag, thumbs up. Wilson Combat magazines. I don't think I've ever had a problem with Wilson Combat magazines. They run. All right, let me try that dueling tree now. This one gives me problems. If any of the targets downrange are going to give me trouble, it's usually this one. It's always that bottom one. There we go. With 1 round left to spare, move back to the middle one. So this gun, I believe, is going to be well priced at about, I want to say $1,100, and I will put a correction, like somewhere right up here, if that's wrong. But $10.99 is the number that I was told. And again, if I need to correct that, I will. But I think that's pretty well priced because this is a very well appointed 1911. It's got all of the good stuff. And the fit and finish, well, it's a Springfield. Springfield does not put out anything that doesn't have good fit and finish, but the fit and finish is really, really nice. All right, let's see if I can do something with just one hand. Strong hand only. Something we need to practice a lot more of, right guys? Good stuff, good stuff. So just when we thought that Springfield couldn't come up with any more variations of the 1911, here's the operator. I think it finds a nice spot in the lineup. It's priced so that most people can afford it, but it's built like it should cost twice as much. The slide to frame fit is very tight, as is the barrel fit. The only thing that had me scratching my head a little bit was the choice of the white dot non-tritium rear sight. I'd have probably gone with either full night sights or just a blacked out rear. But that's just an opinion. All right, well, I can already tell, and you probably can too, just by shooting at the steel today, that this thing is a tack driver. It is dialed in. There's no doubt about it. So shooting groups on paper is rather superfluous, but I'm going to do it anyway because I enjoy doing it, and I know a lot of folks out there just don't feel like there's any kind of a legitimate test unless you put a group on paper. So I'm going to do that. 2, in fact. I'm going to start out with Remington, green and white box. Remington UMC, upper middle class ammo. Target is 12 yards away, by the way, and my thanks to the folks at Optics Planet for keeping me in targets. Also, because this is an operator, I'm pretending like I am an operator, and I've got my light mounted on here, but this stream light does also have a laser. I am not using the laser because I did not sight it in. So just so you know, I'm shooting with only the open sights. And starting with Remington, 230 grain ball. All right. There's 5 rounds of Remington. Looks like I kept them all in the green, and that's good. Moving over now to some good stuff, rare stuff. I almost hate to shoot this stuff just to make a video because it's 6-hour elite performance. V-Crown. This is the 200 grain. We'll do 5 of those. All right, there you go. So, as always, this is as much a test of me. In fact, it's more a test of me than it is the gun or the ammo at this distance. But those are definitely two respectable groups. I'm not ashamed of either one of those. What else can I say? Another one straight out of the park for the folks at Springfield. The name Operator definitely fits this pistol, and that Cerakote finish makes it a smooth one. Thanks to my friends at TA Targets and Optics Planet for giving me stuff to aim at. Thanks to Springfield for the review gun. Thanks as always to my Patreon supporters who have really helped me this year to try and raise the quality of these videos. And thanks to you for watching. And don't forget to stomp on the like button. And please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you'll know when I have new videos coming out. Be safe, have fun, and I'll see you next time.